So I saw this question the other day on Facebook. Somebody wanted to know how many chickens would they need to get 200 eggs a day. Got a lot of different responses, and it led me to really think about exactly what's going on here and how many people have these ideas out here that are somewhat outlandish about chickens and how they lay eggs. So let's get the girls out here in the yard and talk about it. Had to grab an egg while I was at it. Pretty egg too. There's a lot of different ideas about exactly when a chicken's gonna lay an egg, how many they're gonna lay, how often they should lay. Some people think if you have 20 chickens, you should get 20 eggs a day. I wish that were true. The reality is that chickens will lay a really good hen, the best hens will lay every day for a while, okay? And a really good hen will lay once every around 26 hours, okay? So that's not quite every day, is it, if you think about it? So, like, how do you know what you got? It's hard to say. You just kind of gotta watch what they're doing. And then others will tell you, well, this breed does this and this breed does this. And granted, each breed does have their own tendencies, but they're gonna have differences from chicken to chicken. You know why? Not all chickens are created equal. I've done a video about that. So I kind of want to dispel some rumors and myths about exactly what it is with chickens. Okay, I've talked about this a little bit before, but today we're just going to kind of address it from the standpoint of what we're currently seeing in our flock. Because we have two pullets. So a pullet is a young hen, okay, essentially, before her first molt. And we have two pullets that are the same breed. Now, it's not a heritage breed, it's nothing like that, but they're also not a hybrid. Okay, they are just a modern cross. A whiting true green is what they are. Okay, so whiting true green is a breed we've never had before this year, but we have two pullets of that, and they're both laying, but they're laying differently a little bit. Here's one of them, right here. This little girl with a pretty comb, it's Diana, and she just started laying this past week or so. Then you Diana, and then you have Ann right here. Ann has been laying for a little bit, and she's a little crazy, aren't you? Now the differences in those two, as you can tell, are physical difference. They look totally different. You think, well, they're the same breed? Yeah, they are. Whiting True Greens are a specialty cross breed that you get from McMurray Hatchery that will breed true to egg color, but feather pattern and look whenever isn't the same. So you'll have tendencies in them as far as look, but you won't obviously get the same color between any of them. Now they're both gonna lay green eggs, okay? But now Diana, the first one, who's actually right here as well, okay? She's just started laying, and she laid one day, laid her first egg, then took a day off, then laid an egg 3 days in a row. That's taken 2 days off now, okay? That's all she's done so far. Anne, on the other hand, laid her first egg one day, took a day off, and after that day off, she laid 7 straight days, took another day off, and as of today, she's laid 17 straight days. So obviously, there's a bit of a difference there between the two of them, right? Which begs the question of, you know, well, are they the same or not? Well, they're obviously the same, but every chicken is different, and you can't expect each chicken to be the same, especially not even in the same breed. Like Judy here, the pretty red one right there, that's Judy. Okay, she's a 2-year-old New Hampshire, or New Hampshire red, but New Hampshire is a technical term, but they won't call them New Hampshire reds in hatcheries most of the time. But anyway, she's 2 years old, and she's had, so first year she laid 107 straight days one time, and this past year she laid like 80 something straight days one time. It's kind of crazy. In fact, that was her egg I just got today. And she has a counterpart who's also 2 years old, New Hampshire, and that chicken doesn't lay anything like that. And also their egg size. You know, people want to think that they're going to get to a large egg size really fast. Not necessarily. Okay, there are times that they will get there quickly. And there's times that they just simply don't. A hybrid layer will get there faster. So a hybrid layer would be one it's called a black star, black sex link, red star, red sex link, whatever. Maybe a golden comet is also a red sex link. Sex link just means when they're hatched that you can tell by their color if they're a male or female. Okay, so you'll know immediately upon hatch if you have a rooster or a hen, essentially. Okay, so that's all that means. But a hybrid chicken will get there quicker. Okay, they should lay a little faster, should lay a large egg a little faster and probably lay a little bit more, but then they won't lay as long into their life typically, okay? But like the egg sizes for these true greens that we got right now, they're pretty similar to each other, but they're only like 1.6 ounces at most, 1.5 ounces, which is a small egg. A large egg is 2 ounces, okay? So a large is 2, extra large is 2 1/4, jumbo is 2 1/2, okay? So 1 1/2 is small. It's a small. 1 1/2 is small, 1.75 is medium, okay? If you can't tell, it's every 1/4 ounce. But it's okay that they're doing that. I mean, they're pullets, they will grow into it, okay? And it's honestly, the more eggs they lay, the harder it's going to be to get to that size, get that size up. And now the truth is also, we've got 4 other pullets. One of them's probably going to lay here in a few weeks. The other 3, who knows? So it's 2 speckled Sussex and 2 whiting true blues. We've never had a whiting true blue lay before January 4th. I think it's what it's January 4th or 5th. So we'll see. We'll see how these two do. But another one that doesn't breed true for like feather patterns and how they look, but they do breed true for egg color. Okay, so we'll have at that point we'll have 5 whiting true blues, and none of them will look alike, to be honest with you. So the question would be, how many chickens they need till they get 200 eggs a day? It's hard to say. It depends on your breed. Depends on if you want large eggs or not. Depends on a lot of different things. And we've got so many different breeds here, and none of them are similar to each other. The only ones that have been similar, as far as like, we get 2 breeds, 2 of each breed essentially every time we buy. Truly the only breed we've got that's been consistent between the two hens probably be the Well Summer. I think Well Summers and Whiting True Blues, they're pretty similar to each other as far as how often they lay and the egg size. So the Well Summers are 8 years old, and in their first 3 or 4 years they were pretty similar to each other, okay? But beyond that, one dropped off and the other ones kept laying. And then the Whiting True Blues, the last 2 we got, were probably the most similar, but there's still little differences. So it's really hard to say because of how different each chicken can be. Typically, I'm going to say that in a young year-old flock, an 80% laying ratio is what you should be getting, okay, and out of pullets. So if you had 5 pullets, you should get 4 eggs a day on average, okay? But in a flock of mixed ages, where you got healthy birds but they're different ages, 65 to 70% is a pretty good ratio, unless you got hybrids. Now hybrids are involved, is totally different, but overall 65 to 70%, so 7 out of 10 would be a solid number of eggs per day. If you had 10 girls, you should have 7 eggs a day in prime laying season, because again, climate and time of year is going to affect those things as well. Okay, so it's going to vary. But either way, there's some egg myths there that you just need to ignore. If you think that you're going to get an egg every day out of 20 hens, you're wrong. If you think they're going to lay within 20 weeks, you're wrong. Okay, because these girls are 23 weeks now, 23 weeks old, and only 2 of them are laying. Okay, so again, let's dispel that rumor. That's just not true. I wish it was, but it's not. Hybrids might be a little different, but various breeds, it's not going to happen. Okay, so there are some egg myths and egg rumors there that just need to get them out of your mind and just let your chickens be your chickens. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. My name is Jason, Art of Christian Homestead. We love y'all. God bless you. Goodbye.